Previously, we've discussed the implications of austerity, establishing fair taxation, and finding sustainable solutions for global challenges. But such policies can only go so far, because even when fair, progressive legislation is in place, there are still those who will abuse regulations and use power and influence for their own ends. That's why it's important to talk about how we address corruption and how we protect those who uncover it. Corruption is a complex, multifaceted issue, and it can take many different forms. One simple, clear definition of corruption is the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. When left unchecked, corruption threatens to erode democracy, destabilize governments, and weaken economies worldwide. That's why protecting whistleblowers who expose corruption is an important global issue and one of particular interest to financial officers. Across the world, corruption costs an estimated $2.6 trillion annually. This is equivalent to 5% of the entire global GDP. For context, economist Jeffrey Sachs estimates it would take only $175 billion per year for 20 years to end poverty worldwide. That's only 6.7% of the total loss to corruption every year. While corruption is often seen as a corporate issue, governments can also be affected by corruption in many ways, including lost tax revenue, improper contracting of government services, bribery and cost inflation, and loss of public trust. Eliminating corruption on a national and international level is essential to ensuring that government funds remain where they should be, in the pool of revenue used to fund services like education and healthcare. Even if you agree that these issues are important, you might think they seem beyond the reach of individuals or organizations like ACFO. So what can we do? Speak out and advocate for strong anti-corruption measures and whistleblower protection. Whistleblower legislation exists to protect those who disclose corruption and wrongdoing. At home, ACFO advocates for an expansion of the authority of the Office of the Public Sector Integrity Commissioner. We believe that its authority should extend to the private sector and to those who have retired from the position they are accused of abusing. We also advocate for salary protection and for the protection of reverse onus for whistleblowers. This means that the burden of proof will lie with those accused of corruption, not with the whistleblowers themselves. From a global perspective, we believe it is essential for ACFO and our national and international partners to define and institute anti-corruption best practices and an international standard to protect whistleblowers around the world. All whistleblowers must be empowered to speak out, and they must be guaranteed protection when they do. Strong anti-corruption and whistleblower protection measures benefit everyone. Eradicating corruption would increase government revenues and eliminate the need for austerity measures. This, in turn, would allow for more sustainable governments and more robust quality public services available to all citizens. Get involved in the conversation. Register for the Funding Democracy Summit at www.fundingdemocracy.com.